The Galactic Survey Unit had documented thousands of sentient species across the known universe, but Commander Trill still found humans puzzling. His three-membered research team had spent 6 months studying Earth's inhabitants, yet every week brought new surprises. Today was particularly confusing. They're manipulating sediment into temporary structures that serve no apparent purpose, Trill reported, adjusting the zoom on his observation device. The small coastal town below bustled with activity as humans gathered on the shoreline. Analyst. Vex tilted her head, her gray skin reflecting the sunlight filtering through their cloaked ship. Perhaps it's a primitive form of architecture, testing construction materials? No, replied biologist Mira, consulting her tablet. The structures appear deliberately impermanent. The tidal patterns will destroy them within hours. Trill watched. A small human child meticulously pack wet sand into a bucket, then flip it over. When the child lifted the bucket, a perfect cylinder of sand remained. The child squealed with delight. They appear to derive pleasure from this activity, Trill noted. Permission to conduct closer observation? Vex requested. Trill considered the risk assessment. Granted. Maintain standard camouflage protocols. The 3 aliens activated their human disguises, holographic projections that made them appear as ordinary beachgoers, and descended to the shoreline. Tom had been building sandcastles since he was 5 years old. Now, at 43, he was a 5-time regional champion in competitive sandcastle building. His children, Bill and Lisa, had inherited his passion, and today they were assisting him with an ambitious project, a replica of a medieval fortress. Dad, we need more water, Lisa called, her hands already caked with sand. Coming right up, Tom replied, filling their bucket from the shallow waves. He noticed 3 strangers watching them with unusual intensity. Tourists, probably. The tall man seemed particularly fascinated, staring at their half-completed castle with an almost scientific focus. Would you like to join us? Tom offered, always happy to share his hobby. We have extra tools. The 3 strangers exchanged glances. We would be most interested in learning this activity, the tall one said with a slightly formal cadence. Great. I'm Tom, these are my kids, Bill and Lisa. I am Tim, said the tall one. These are my companions, Valerie and Mary. Tom showed them the basics, how to mix the right ratio of sand and water, how to pack it firmly, how to carve details with small tools. The strangers were oddly methodical, analyzing each step as if it were a complex engineering problem. Trill. Now, Tim was amazed. The humans were creating detailed miniature structures using nothing but primitive materials in their hands. No technology, no practical purpose. Yet they approached the task with serious dedication. Why do you engage in this activity? He asked Tom. Tom paused, considering. Well, it's fun, creative, relaxing too. There's something satisfying about building something beautiful, even knowing it won't last. You deliberately create temporary art? Vex, Valerie asked. That's part of its beauty, Tom explained. By tomorrow, the tide will take it back to the sea, so you appreciate it while it's here. Mira, Mary, was recording extensive notes on human behavior through her disguised tablet. We observe that the children derive particular satisfaction from this activity. Kids love sandcastles, Tom agreed. It's like magic to them, turning simple sand into anything they can imagine. As the afternoon progressed, Trill found himself genuinely engaged in the process. His natural scientific precision made him adept at crafting detailed battlements and archways. Vex discovered she had talent for delicate window designs. Even Mira, typically the most reserved, seemed captivated by creating tiny sand people to populate their creation. Tom's children had accepted the strangers without question, the way only children can. Bill taught Trill how to create a moat that actually held water, while Lisa showed Vex how to decorate with seashells. By late afternoon, they had created an elaborate sandcastle complex. Towers, walls, bridges, and a central keep. Beachgoers stopped to admire their work, taking pictures and offering compliments. It appears this activity serves social cohesion purposes. Trill murmured to his teammates when Tom stepped away to get drinks. And educational value, Vex added. The children learned principles of architecture and material properties. Plus emotional regulation, Mira noted. Did you see how the small human responded when his tower collapsed? Initial distress, then. Adaptation and rebuilding. When Tom returned with cold lemonades for everyone, he found the three strangers in deep discussion. You folks really got into this, huh? He said with a smile. It was illuminating, Trill replied. We are grateful for the instruction. As sunset approached, Tom's family packed up their tools. The tide was already creeping closer to their masterpiece. Aren't you sad to leave it? Vex asked Lisa. The little girl shrugged. We'll make a new one next time. Maybe a space station. The aliens watched the human family depart, then lingered to observe the incoming tide. Their capacity for creating beauty with no purpose beyond momentary joy is remarkable, Trill said. Perhaps that is the purpose, Mira suggested. Joy itself. The first wave reached the outer wall of their sandcastle, gently eroding its base. The aliens watched, transfixed, as subsequent waves gradually reclaimed the sand. I believe, Trill said slowly, that I understand something new about humans today. What is that, Commander? Vex asked. They don't just create despite impermanence. They create because of it. The temporary nature makes it precious. As darkness fell and their sandcastle returned to the sea, the three aliens returned to their ship with extensive new data on human recreation, creativity, and philosophical perspectives on impermanence, all from a simple afternoon of building sandcastles. In their official report, they recommended that sandcastle building be added to the list of protected human cultural practices in the Galactic Registry. Some things, they noted, transcended practical purpose and revealed the true essence of a species.